Trump. Just.
Come on. Hey, what's happening there? MJS. MJS. That have to be Dr. Sinclair. All right, let's go. And not now. Here we go. There we go. Here we go. Oops. Join. I like it. That's funny. Uh-oh. Okay, got that ready to go. What's we have here? Whoops, that and that. All right, not made for children. There we go. And this down here. Get rid of that. Start streaming. There we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What do we got over here? Okay. All right, got to look pretty.
After a career working for
Simple. I only pay $10 a month for my internet connection. Fast, unlimited, anywhere. Have you heard about Ryoko Pro? This is the cutting-edge portable Wi-Fi hotspot.
There we go. Woohoo! All right, let's do this. All right, right there. Okay, hold on. There we go, and there we go, and we are all good to go. Woohoo! Yeah! All right, all right. All right, let's do this. What are we doing? What are we doing? Hey, John. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing actually well. Thank you very much. What do we got over there? Good. Live, 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 live. And what do we have over here? And there we go. And all righty, where are we? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. There we go, right there. And uh-oh. I don't have one of these things open. Well, let's go back to the music then while we're waiting. Got to wait for that to load up before we're ready to go. Who do we have tonight? Okay, let's turn this down a little bit. There we go. Just got to log in. Give me a second. Don't go anywhere. That ought to do it. And there we go. There we go. We are ready to roll. Okay, let's get rid of this. There we go. That's what I want to see. With James and the Stone. All right, let's get rid of this. All right, that is ready for later on. When we're ready to party hardy, all that kind of nice things. All right, let's see who's in the house tonight. Who's here? Who's here? All right, nobody here yet. Ruben, I see you there. Ruben, how you doing? What do we have here? Maria Louise, how are you doing today? Slater guy, hi. What does no one talk to you about? I have no idea. What are you doing? Okay, we're getting ready to teach some investing strategies. Sit tight. Who do we have here? Eddie, what's going on, Mr. Eddie? Maria, thank you for that. All right, who do we have down here? Dr. Michael and hey, Dr. Michael and Dr. Michael. That's funny. Actually, two doctors here. Doctor and doctor. How's it going? Andrew, think someone is trying to damage my car. Okay. Great boating today. It was lovely out there today. Perfect weather. Took the boat out, just sat there and drifted in the harbor. It was lovely. Savannah, how you doing, Miss Savannah? Shaw. Okay, Sean. Okay. How you doing, Sean? Savannah. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. Once is enough, Savannah. Okay, all right, just keep on going. Why not? Wildcat Sam. Yo, what's going on? John Warner. Hey, James. Hope everything's fine. On your TV, Slater guy. Thank you very much. That behind me is dividend investing. Hold on. You made my day so much better. All right, Maria. Thank you kindly. And VRS camera catch. Okay. How you doing? All right, who do we have over here? Over here, we got, whoa, a lot of people. Desipt, Dad. Okay. Seeker, John, TCB, taking care of business. Gotta love it. Miss Pontiac. Ooh, gotta love a Pontiac. I had me a Pontiac. I had a 1939 Pontiac Woody. They didn't make very many of them, but I had one. All right, Slater guy, how old are you? Ooh, that's a horrible question. Are you a teacher? Yeah, you could say that. Thank you very much. Let's keep on going. Username, okay. Mitt, Andrew, Joseph, Cooking Kathy. Nice name there, Kathy. Yeah, user 1957. How you doing? Al, what's going on? Tyrant. Mac, what's going on? Jazzy. X59 reseller. Not Sleepy Joe. Gotta like that one. Riley. Tat. Ooh, Daja Chantel. Okay. Buck Jr., Joey V, Robert, Rod, Tyrant, Julio. Oh, can we take a look at Riley? Sure we can. Hold on a second. Let's pull it up. Let me finish saying hi to everybody while we're waiting for this. All right, there we go. Riley, give me a second. Drew, Osario, Daniel, how you doing? Hunt Owls Edit. Hey, what we doing today's session? Same thing we did yesterday and the day before. Okay, Maria, that was kind of a weird question to say because it's kind of like a woman, we don't say people's ages. Yeah, well, somebody asked. All right, got a new haircut. What do you think? All right, let's get the ball rolling. Kenneth, Joe in Miami, Steve Fitz, Apple user, Eve August. Okay, Trader, Eve Auguster. Okay. Matty Mo, user the great. Cotton Express, back in the house. Trouser pants. I'm not going to touch that one. Johnny Finance. Johnny, DM me, brother. I want to see what you do. Just Beck, can you mention your favorite tickers? Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. Phil, thank you for that, Phil. Bitu, UI. UAN. I have no idea what that one is. Hold on, what do we have over here? What's that thing in the background? Riley never minds me of Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2. Okay. Sit tight. I don't know who we have. Sav, is that you? You got to get that. You got to mute that, brother, because we don't want to hear what you're doing back there. You like to hear. Thank you very much, Slater guy. All right, Sean, thank you. Freckle Queen in the house. Cam, we're going to pause it right there. You guys want to take a look at a few things? Let's get the ball rolling. First and foremost, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Now, this is not something you see every day because most people don't invest for a weekly return. Most people invest and they look at annual returns. Well, not here. Here, I make the realization that I am mortal, which means I ain't going to be around forever. So I want my money and I want it now. Plain and simple. Okay, I got two choices. When you guys get to this side, when I mean this side, retirement, the golden years. I was out at my boat today just floating around in the harbor just thinking, hey, this is the life. I wish I had some pictures to share with you maybe next time, but let's pause this. Hold on a second. So I got 9 different channels going. So if you have a question, just put it up once, please. Make sure you ask proper questions. Nothing inappropriate. We're all adults. We know what an inappropriate question is, so please, let's try to be nice and civil. Okay? My mother always said, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. I really won't mind. So, we're looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, I know math is pretty simple. 1% every single week does come to over 50% by the end of the year. And I am pretty much okay with a 50% return on my money. I'm pretty much okay with that. Thank you, Mary. Maria, sorry. I see a tour of your house. No. That's an inappropriate question. All right. Anyway, first stock we're going to look at. Well, first, before we go there, what are we doing here? Well, we're looking for investments that are particular. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm retired, 62, which means I look at things a little bit differently than most of you. Number one, I'm looking for a weekly cash flow opportunity. It means I'm purchasing assets specifically for a weekly rate of return, 1%. So hypothetically speaking, let's say you get 50,000 bucks. Well, 1% of 50,000 bucks is $500. I'm okay with 500 bucks a week. But think about it. You got two choices when you get here. Number one, you can do it yourself. Learn how to invest your own money. That's number one. Number two, if you don't want to do that, you give up accountability, give it to someone else, and they will give you what they think is proper. That doesn't work for me, so that's why I'm here. Now, I'm giving to you for free, and I'm not going to try to sell you anything by the end of the night, which means I'm not going to say, is it a good idea? I mean, some of you ask, is it a good idea if I sell you something? No, I'm not going to do that. We're going to take a look at stocks. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about a strategy that I created for my 9-year-old daughter. This changed my whole life. You know, the funny thing is, you have what is called a defining moment in life. Okay, I had a defining moment in life when my girlfriend at the time said, hey, I'm pregnant. What do you want to do about it? I remember that. That was back in 1988. Okay, well, after that, another defining moment in my life when my daughter says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? 9-year-old little girl wants to learn about investing in stocks. That's why we're here today. Because if it wasn't for her curiosity 16, 17 years ago, we wouldn't be here. Needless to say, here we are. Another defining moment in my life was I got a phone call that says, Dad, are you sitting down? You're going to be a grandfather. Awesome. Awesome moments in life. We're going to take a look at all these stocks as best we can. Sit tight. We're not going anywhere. When I say ask me only once, please do that. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a look at this. Now, I do everything by the book. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. By the book, I mean I wrote a book. Actually, I wrote 15 of them. You know where you can find them. But I do everything step by step by step, and I don't change, okay? Sorry about that. I'm not chasing the next shiny object. I like companies that are consistently profitable, meaning they're at least 20 years old, 2 decades. 2. That doesn't mean 2, that means 20. 2 decades means 20 years. So I'm looking for companies that have been in business for more than 20 years and are consistently profitable for at least 20 years. Because stock market's been around for over 400 years. It ain't going anywhere. Okay, but what does change, tax rates, what's going on in the economy, new businesses coming, old businesses going. So where are you going to put your money? And don't think you don't have to choose, because you do. Because we're the only species on the planet that's going to pay to live here. And to the degree in which you want to live comfortably, I live comfortably, okay, I really do. To the degree in which you want to live comfortably, you are going to need money for your everyday expenses. So for me, 1% a week equals 50% a year, and at 62, I get a nice little chunk of change. Do you have pets? Yes, I do have a big, huge aquarium. I'm talking huge. My aquarium is so big that both me and my son were inside the aquarium moving the coral around. Yeah, it's that big. Anyway, so that being said, we're going to take a look at stocks. We're going to go over my 5 rules. We're going to go over my 5 criteria. Because remember, creating a trading strategy for a 9-year-old little girl had to be simple. She's only 9. Had to be safe. She's only 9. Predictable, consistent, and here's the good one. You ready? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Think about it. 9-year-old little girl, okay? If she lost her money, what do you think the first thing she's going to do? She's going to cry. She's going to make daddy feel bad. And then mama gets involved. And now daddy's sleeping on the couch. Okay? You guys know what I'm talking about. And some of you women know what I'm talking about also. Okay? So for my 9-year-old, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Coinbase, no, it doesn't have dividends. The name of the show is Dividend Stock Talk. And then the subtitle is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. So Coinbase does not have any dividends, at least not yet. Thanks for reading my text. You made my day. Woohoo! Thank you. All right, nice. So I gave you the 5 criteria, all that kind of nice stuff. Now, here's the 5 rules. Now, some of you may be tempted to write these down, but you really don't need to. They are so simple, and you're going to do one of these things. Of course, why not? Okay, you ready? Rule number 1, never buy anything you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. So if you don't know what the company does, if you don't know anything about them, and you don't want to put your money in and hold for the rest of your life, don't buy it. I mean, that is like one of the stupidest rules. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. That's it, rule number 1. If you don't understand it and you don't want to hold on to it long term, don't buy it. Number 2, rule 2 is even easier. Okay? This is a real good one. You ready? Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And yes, it is a game. It's an adult game with adult consequences. That means if you do something stupid, don't be surprised if you lose money. It is what it is. All right. Now, you think that one was lame. Wait till you hear this one. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. This one boggles my mind because you will see throughout the night, we're going to be here for 2 hours from 9 o'clock until 11. We'll be here for 2 hours. And you're going to hear me say plenty of times, what the hell are you thinking putting your money there? Because someone, somewhere, never fails, buys something and asks my opinion of it. And believe it or not, I give you my honest opinion. Sorry, I'm a Gen X. We really don't care. Seriously, you ask any Gen Xer, whatever, we don't care. The way we were brought up, totally amazing we're even alive. Not the point. The point is, rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. That being said, rule number 4, weekly options only. Okay, I don't do monthlies, they just don't pay the same. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. And we are going to touch on all these rules as the evening goes by. And I got something interesting to say to you. Number 1, okay? Number 1, you say you're 10 years old, you shouldn't be here. Okay? No, I gotta block you. Don't make me feel bad about this, but it's not proper for me to talk to somebody of your age. So no. I'm just going to remove it and then put you in time out because you shouldn't be here. And I have to double check my parameters because underage people not supposed to be here. I just find it improper. I'm 62 years old. No reason on earth I should be talking to a 10-year-old. No, you shouldn't be here. Okay? So, you wanted to learn something, ask your parents' permission to be here. Yeah, let's not do that. Anyway, it was weird. Okay, let's get started. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose, and the 5 rules. Okay, number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to. Make sure the company, never sell a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable, weekly options only, and make sure all the numbers work. Now, when I say make sure all the numbers work, let's go over this. You ready? We're looking at Riley. A quick crash course. Here we go. What's the current price? 744, 744, 744, 744. The current price is 744. If I buy it tomorrow morning, 744, what is the closest strike price? Now, strike price is this right here. And this is where we come into stock options. And for those who don't understand stock options, don't panic. They're really not that difficult. Okay? A stock option is just a way to generate some cash flow from something that we already own, and then we're going to sell it to someone else for the same price. Let me explain. If it's at 744 now, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to pre-sell it at 750. The 750 is right here. It's 27 cents. Now, I know a lot of you thinking says, why are you excited about 27 cents? I'm not. It's what that 27 cents represents. Okay? So, if the stock is $7.44, 27 is almost 4%. Think about it. 4%. I'm looking for 1, and this is offering me 4. Okay. Because if 1% is 50% at the end of the year, 2% is going to be 100%. 3% is going to be 150. 4%, that's 200. We get double our money in 6 months getting 4% every week. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to. I'm just saying, if you did, if you can. Hold on. Okay. Let's stop it right there. Okay. Sit tight. Why do they keep moving? All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. Remember, everything for me is A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, step by step. First thing, step 1, look at the 1-year chart. Always look at the 1-year chart. I'm looking for 5 things. 5. Takes 3 to 4 seconds. 3 to 4 seconds. You ready? Here we go. 5 things. Here we go. Ready? 1, the high. 2, the bottom. 3, where was it a year ago? Easy. 4, where is it today? And 5, this is the difficult one. You ready? Watch this. Up, down, up, down, up. That's it. 3 to 4 seconds. Watch how quick it is. High, low, was this? That easy. Don't spend a lot of time looking at the chart at first. We're looking for a few things, and they're really not that difficult. Besides the high and the low and all that stuff, what I'm looking for is, where's the high? Way up here. The bottom's way down here. Where are we right now? Somewhere in the middle. Great. That works. What I'm looking for is I don't want to buy it at the high. No. And I don't want to buy it as it's dropping. And that you can see within 3 to 4 seconds. High, low, was, is, motion. There it is. 3 to 4 seconds, next step. Next step is the numbers. Rule number 4. Rule number 5, sorry. Rule number 5, make sure the numbers work. Okay. 744, 750, 27, that's more than 1%. Let's take a look at this right here, which is this week, this month. Where does it look like it's going? Cam. Hey, Dave. I have no idea who Dave is, Cam. Here we go. Here's the last 30 days. Now, why am I looking at the last 30 days? A couple of reasons. Number 1, again, same thing. High, low, was, is. Where's the motion? Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, we see it right here. It's going up. Okay, great, wonderful. What else am I looking for? Well, besides, the obvious, it looks like she's going up. Great. Now, let's do a covered call. When I said safe, remember, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Simple is the trading strategy. Okay, the easiest trading strategy ever is just buying the stock. Okay, hey, let's just buy it. That's the easiest. But here's the issue with that. Now that you buy it, great. You got to wait for it to move, go up or down. So you got a waiting game. See, I don't want to do that. Okay? Now, the second easiest trading strategy is what is called a covered call. Covered means you're safe. Don't worry about it, you're covered. I got it, you're covered. Don't worry about it. Anyway, covered call. You buy the stock, you sell the option. Okay, so if I buy the stock, 744, sell the option, 750, pick up 27 cents. That's more than 3%. Great, that's what I'm looking for. So, I do the covered call for a couple of reasons. One, it's simple, it's safe, it's predictable. Now, when I say simple, I've already explained that. When I say safe, the covered call is so safe that the federal government allows you to do a covered call in your IRA. There's a lot of things you cannot do in your IRA, but you can do covered calls. Buy stocks, sell options for extra cash flow. Why not? Okay, predictable. Remember that predictable part? Let's change it here to covered call. Now, if you didn't know, and for those of you that are new here, okay, this screen here is live on YouTube as we speak. So if you cannot see these little tiny numbers on your iPhone, your iPad, your laptop, it's live on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, pull this up on the big screen, and follow along. Hey, ready this? Follow the bouncing ball. Really, I have no idea how a 60-year-old is supposed to behave, so hey, I'm childish once in a while. It makes life fun. All right, so it is live on YouTube, makes it easier for you to see the bigger numbers. Now, let's take a look at a covered call at the 750 level. For that, we're going to do this right here. It says 750. There it is. Now, I want to change the quantity. Now, I'm going to show you what one contract is going to go for. And then you need to decide how many can you do. Okay, so if one contract is $1,000 and you think to yourself, well, I get 12,000, well, you can do 12 then. So by me showing you just one of them gives you an idea of what you can do. Because we all have a different amount. I can almost guarantee you don't have the same amount that I do. And I definitely don't have the same amount as him. I know what he has in his account. I do. Yeah. I'll get there one day. All right, here we go. So I want to take it down to just one contract so you guys get a better idea what one's going to go for. And then you can figure out what works for you. So here's Johnny by one covered call of Riley. 27 March 26. That means the option. Remember, I'm going to buy the stock and I'm going to sell the option 27 March. That's next Friday. So what is this, 8 or 10 days? It's 8 days. 8 days away. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, too bad. Friday's coming whether you want it to or not. So it's coming, so why not make some money just because it's coming? Now the safety part is when you're choosing the company. Okay, when you're choosing what company to invest in, that's where the safety comes in. And that's why I want 2 decades of profitability. I want to make sure whoever I'm giving my money to has done something, and consistently. Now, you're going to see as the night progresses, someone, somewhere is going to ask me about something that's not profitable. And you'll see me pick on him or her, whatever. So, here's my profit right here. Now, remember I said predictable? Remember that? Simple, safe, predictable. Remember that? Simple, safe, predictable. Before I even do this trade, I know exactly what I'm paying, and I already know my profit, which means I don't have to wait. I get my profit ASAP. So tomorrow morning I would buy this 744, and then tomorrow morning I would sell this and pick up my profit. Funny thing is, with a covered call, you get your profit immediately, almost instantaneously. Okay? So, 42 is the profit. Here's my investment. Now, to find out what the rate of return is, well, we're going to need the calculator for that one. Calculator, come out wherever you are. There you are, right there. All right, calculator. We take the profit, okay? Max profit. Remember I said predictable? I know everything right here. Right here gives me everything I need to know. Max profit, max loss, break even, order description, cost of the trade including commissions and fees, what the buying power effect is, resulting buying power, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff up. But what's important, what's my profit and how much is it costing me? Because I know this is expiring on the 27th of March, which is next Friday. And we all know next Friday is coming, whether we like it or not. So, we're going to take the 42, put it into the calculator, 42, and then we divide it by the cost or the trade, or also known as our investment, $708. That's it, one contract for $708. Let's check it out. Divide 708. Here we go. Drum roll, please. 5. Holy cow. 5.9. 5.9 for 1 week. Now, I'm looking for 1%. So here's what I'm going to do. All right. I'm not going to do the 750. I'm going to do the 7 because the 7 is a safer trade. And me, being 62, I prefer safety over profitability. I know some of you probably can't comprehend that, but hey, the older you get, you have a tendency to change your mind. So I'm going to change it right here. Rather than the 750, I'm going to go with the 7. And the 7 is right there. And everything changes. Here we go. Read it again. One covered call. Riley, 27 March. The 7 call option. Profit is only $23. My profit almost dropped in half, but my cost dropped also. So let's take out the rate of return on this one. Clear that, $23 divided by 677, which is my investment, and that brings me down to 3.3%. That's a huge difference. That's like a 50% drop. But here's the thing, okay? Now I told you I'm 62. Okay, I don't have the luxury of being wrong or making a mistake. Plain and simple. I don't have the luxury. And you think that's funny because some of you guys are younger. Some of you guys are a lot younger. You have the luxury of more time. It's all there is to it. I'm 62. You know how much closer to 100 I am than you guys are? Yeah, except for the few of you here that are older than me. You know what I'm talking about. So I would prefer safety, because a $7 trade is a lot easier to get out of than a $7.50, especially when you're talking about a $7.44 stock. So we're going to save this one, 3.3, add it to our list. Here we go. Just going to add it to a list we got accumulated for the week. What do we have? Look at all we got for today. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right. Tomorrow's Friday. Holy cow. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. This is Thursday. And this one will be Friday, which is tomorrow. Woohoo! Okay, where's this one? Where did it go? Uh-oh. There it is. Way over there. All right, let's check this one out. There it is. Riley. All right, whoops. Let's change that and let's go back to white. Here we go. Riley, the 27th of March. Uh-oh. And the $7 call option. Look at the stock price. The stock price is $7.29. $7.29, and I'm going to sell it at $7 and still walk away with a 3% profit. That's nuts. Think about it. I'm buying something, selling it for less than I paid for it, still walking away with a 3% profit for 1 week. Now, we know that 1% a week is 50% by the end of the year. 3% a week, I'll let you figure that one out. All right, $23 is the profit, $677. $677 for one contract. So how many can you get? Me, I'd do about 1,500 of them, but that's me. What are you going to do? All right. This is 3.3 for Friday. 3.3. Woohoo! Gotta love it. Next. What do we have next? Okay, Riley, done, over with. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's look at a few more. Hopefully, a little bit less gabbing and a little bit more looking at stocks. Okay? Fair enough? Fair enough. All right, let's do this. Okay. Steven, how you doing? I see that right there. Shauna. Okay, Shauna. Okay. Junior, what's happening, Junior? Nice to see you. Okay, so where do we have next? What do we have next? Down here, down here, down here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay, there's one doctor, there's the other doctor. Okay, we got Dr. Sinclair and Dr. Corey on the same page. And both of their names are Michael. Dr. Michael and Dr. Michael. Okay, Wildcat, thank you. John Werner, thank you for that. Crack America. Okay, thank you for your time and teaching. You're welcome. Tone River, what's happening? Okay, Dr. Corey wants to take a look at the Gap. I like the Gap. We used to go to the Gap back in the 70s to get our clothes because we used to do our school clothes shopping at the Gap. Remember that? Fall into the Gap. All right, anyway. The Gap, here we go. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Love that. Look at that gap right there. The Gap has the gap. We're going to talk about that. Hold on a second. This all looks great. It really does. Look at the numbers. 2408. The 24 is going for 68. That's 2.5% at least. So let's take a close look at the Gap. And then you need to ask yourself that question. Actually, there's a bunch of questions you need to ask yourself. You ready? Question number one. Does it make sense? Seriously, does it make sense? Okay, we're all adults here, supposedly. I get the parameters set, adults only is what it is. Sometimes they sneak in. So, number one, does it make sense? Number two, do I like this company? Number three, do I like this company at this price? It's $24. Do I like the Gap at $24? Well, let's take a look. Okay, she's going up, back down, back up again. She's going to fill that gap. The Gap is going to fill the gap. All right, let's take a look. Last 30 days. Okay. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Nice slow progress to the upside right there. 24, the 24. Yes, hell yes. Can we get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. All right, so 24. Here we go. Back to the covered call. There it is, the 24. There we go. And one contract coming up. There, you asked for it. You got it. Toyota. Okay, here we go. Buy one covered call at the Gap. 27 March. Next Friday. The $24 call option. $64 is my profit. $2,300 is my investment. Okay. Let's get out that calculator. What rate of return are we looking at? Okay, profit, 64, divided by my investment, which would be, in this particular stock, 2,336. Grand total of 2.7. 2.7. Why not? I like 2.7. All right, let's save this one. All righty, all righty. We're on a roll. That's 2 already, and it's 10 minutes of 10. Holy cow. All right, where is it? There it is. There she is. Doesn't that look lovely? The gap. 27 March. 24 call option. 64 is my profit. 2300 is my investment for a 2.7. If you like the gap. It's always going to come down to a personal choice. Number one, do you like the company? Number two, are you willing to hold it regardless of what happens? Do you think that this company is going to last 10, 15, 20 years? Is it a good investment for you? Now, for me, I just jump in and jump out. I really don't care one way or the other because I'm looking at the possibility of making this within the next couple of days. I want to get in. I want to get out by next Friday. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we saved this one. 2.7. 2.7. 3 more to go. Come on. I know you guys got them. Rattle them off. Let's go. Stephen Fisher, thank you for that. Maria Louisa, good evening. Next. What do we got? Okay, right here first. All right, hold on. Okay, Charlie, how you doing? Mr. Vilst, hello. Joey M, hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be. MICKEYMOUSA. Like these commercials running around in my head. Iam Lena. Will this be posted so that I can rewatch it? Absolutely. This right here is being recorded at this moment. Let me pause for a moment. Just going to pause for a quick moment. Are you ready? All right. It is 9:51 p.m. on the 19th day of March 2026. So if you're watching this any other time than 9:52 p.m. on the 19th of March 2026, you're watching a recording. Other than that, it's currently live. That being said, what else do we got? Jerry, Honda, does it matter what time you buy it in California? Okay, here's the thing, Jerry. I have no control whatsoever. The stock market opens up at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it closes at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's it. I got no control over it. You're in California. Unfortunately, buddy, you got to get up at 6 a.m. But, hey, it's your life. You do what you think is right for you. Gaps are usually a gift. Absolutely, Seth. I'm going to agree with you 100%. Daniel Berry. Hey, peoples. Happy Thursday. Happy birthday. Hey, Alex, brother, what are you doing down here? Okay, Liam. Okay. Thank you. When you say 2,300 and 2.7, does that mean there is a 2.7 return? Absolutely. What it means is basically the investment for the position I just showed you is $2,300. The profit you're going to make off of that one trade is 2.7% for 1 week. Not the whole year, not the whole month, just 1 week. 8 days. Did you like that one? Nope. There it is, 8. Yeah, 8 days. Weekly cash flow. See, I'm retired, so I had 2 choices when I got here. Because I always remember looking at my account 3 or 4 years ago, thinking to myself, all right, I can't get Social Security until 62, so that's off the board. As a matter of fact, I haven't even got my check yet. I get my first check this month. I get my first Social Security check. I'm kind of excited. Yay! All right, anyway. But here's the thing. I'm investing specifically for weekly cash flow. So when it came time for me to look at my account, I had a couple of choices. So, I went and I looked at all the other investments out there, and I took a look. What are these companies offering? So these money managers are, all right, well, this is what we're doing. This is what we're averaging. I say, I can't live on that. I have to get a job and make more money. No, it doesn't work. So, took a tick-yock break. I have no idea what that means there, Alex. Oh, a TikTok break. Yeah, I get that part. So, when I came to the realization that I couldn't retire with what I have if I relied on bankers and investment brokers and all that other crap on Wall Street. I had to do it myself. So, 15, well, I've been investing for 30 years, but that's not the point. When it came time to retire, I took a look at my little nest egg. I said, can I retire? Well, I can only retire if I do this. Well, my daughter averaged 5% a month. 9-year-old averaged 5% a month when she was 9. 9, 10, 11, 12. At age 13, she kind of freaked out on me. You guys know what happens to a little girl when they turn 13. Yeah, they turn into a little woman, and then everything goes haywire. Yep, you women know what I'm talking about, and some of you fathers know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's keep on going. Yeah, so the 2.7 is for 1 week, or 8 days more specifically. And then we take that 2,300 and we buy something else and do the exact same thing all over again. So 2.7 for 1 week. Okay, after that week is come and gone, great. You got to ask yourself, what did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it at now? What does it look like it's going, and what should I do next? Very important questions. I ask myself that question every single day. Okay? So, I got a little bit of time here for someone to pick on me. Cotton Express, late as usual. Lose the jams. Dude, come on, don't be peeing on my parade. All right, where are we? Over here. Matty Boy, we said that one. Thank you. Thank you, Cotton Express. Charles Pence, Johnny got that one. Okay. Yep, we'll do that one a little bit. Phil, how are you doing? Okay, Bitu wants to take a look at UL. Is that United Labs? Is that right? Okay, get rid of that. Let's change it back to single, back to the beginning. Here we go, here we go. UL is, try it one more time. UL. All righty. Whew. Now, I'm going to say no to this one. Now, the reason, Bitu, I'm saying no to this one, March, April, May, June, okay, August, November, December, that is what you call a monthly optionable stock. Remember rule number 4? Weekly options only. User 2267020179053. Why couldn't your parents name you Bill? Seriously. Who the hell calls someone 2267? Oh, I know who. Ooh, that's creepy. All right, UAN. UAN. Only a few people will know what I mean by that. Okay, I don't do monthlies. Remember, rule 4, weekly options only. March, April, May, August, September. Yeah, no. See, with a monthly, you can do it once a month. 12 times a year. Yeah, you guys are getting it. It's simple math, not difficult. So a monthly option, 12 times a year, which means I'm walking away with 12 to 24%. Now, some of you are probably thinking, 12 to 24%, that's great. Yeah. For you, maybe. Me, I want 1% every week. That's 50%. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Wow. All right. No to UAN. I don't do monthlies. Freckle Queen, how you doing? One of these days, Freckle Queen, you're going to drop me your number and I'm going to give you a call. You keep showing up, but I want to have a conversation with you. For those of you who think you're having a conversation with me via a email, a text, a WhatsApp, Snapchat, any of those things, I don't do those. You want to have a conversation with me? Now, I don't charge anything for a conversation. I love talking to people. That's why my voice is getting really scratchy. I talk too much, and I'm not used to talking. So, if you want to have a conversation, you can go to my website and schedule a conversation, or you can just DM me your number here. Okay, just DM me their number. I'll give you a buzz. Freckle Queen, I want to chat with you. All right, what do we have? Hey, Dave. All right. Blue 420. Nice to see you again, brother. Cotton Express. Thank you. We just did the gap. Niculator. Nice to see you. Show us how to track the trades. I've enjoyed the conversation today. Elvin. Thank you for that. Yes, I had a nice conversation with Elvin today. Show us how to track the trades. I can't believe I'm being asked that. Here you go. Think of it this way. If I'm looking at UAN and it's currently at 131.26, my entry price will never change. If I buy it, the entry price will never change. If I'm going to sell it, I know what my entry price is, and I'm going to want to sell it for more. Let's find one that's a little bit better than this, AT&T. All right. Here's AT&T right now, up, down, up, 27.74. The 27.50s are going for 57. If I buy it, 27.74. Why do I need to track it? Think about it. I only want to be in it for 5 or 10 days. Okay? Because I'm going to sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 27.50, which is less than what I paid for it. And it's 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Now she's going up. Perfect time to buy. It's going up. Why do I need to track it? Okay? Now, I understand. Now, for some people, like myself, like to write stuff down. I do. Look at this. This is all the trade. This is all the stuff I've been looking at this year. See? Full, all these pages full of stocks that I look at for you guys. Never mind. Every night I write stuff down because I don't trust computers, which is kind of weird because here I am on a computer talking with you guys. Weird. No. I say that only because I've been online since the 1990s. You know, when we had that 250K modem. Some of you probably don't even know what that is. 250,000 megabytes. That's the size of an email nowadays. But anyway, dial-up modem. We had to pay by the minute. Yeah, I've been here for a while, which means I have lost a huge amount of information from a freaking computer that has a glitch and just wipes out everything. So no, important stuff I write down. Okay, UAN's going to be a no. Platinum Barber, how you doing? Back again, I see that. Cotton Express, we already looked at the gap. Randy Hipper, how are you doing today? Thank you there, Randy. Oh, that was sweet of you, Randy. Thank you. All right, get more heart. Okay, yeah, whatever. All right, PJ Cajun, how you doing? Back again. Niculator. Ooh. Niculator wants to take a look at Harley Davidson. Now, I used to have a Harley Davidson. I did. I traded it in for a Goldwing. Now, some of you might find that insulting because it kind of is. You get rid of an American icon, a Harley Davidson, for a Honda? Yes. Okay? You ever ride a Harley 3 hours? My back was killing me. So yeah, I traded in for a 6-cylinder, smooth as butter, and it even has reverse. I'm spoiled nowadays. All right, anyway, Harley Davidson, 1760. Look at this, drop. We got a new bottom right here. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Harley Davidson. I actually have some, and yeah, mine is dropping. But here's the thing, I'm still getting over 1%. Because I bought it, I believe, at 25. Now we're down at 17, okay? But I'm not selling the 25s. This week I'm selling the 19s because the 19, well, not now it is not, but it was giving me over 1%. But that being said, no to Harley Davidson this week, but we are keeping our eye on it because we're waiting to find the new bottom. Okay? Down, up, down. Okay? Could this be the turning point? It could be. Okay? Because it looks as if she's going to go back up again. And if so, great. We're at 1760. The 1750s are going for 50 cents. That's not quite 3%, but pretty close to it. If you like Harley Davidson, and if you think this is the bottom. So let's take a look, just for the fun of it. Because I like Harley Davidson. All right, we're going to do the 1750s. Okay, 1750, there it is, one contract. Here we go. And here's Johnny. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. Well, here we go. Harley Davidson, 27 March, 1750 call option. The stock is currently at 1760. Again, this is what, the fourth time I've looked at a stock that I'm going to sell for less than what I paid for it and still walk away with a profit. 47 is the profit, 1700 is the investment. Let's get that calculator. Here we go. $47 divided by the investment, 1703, which is kind of weird because Harley Davidson incorporated in 1903. Trivial. Anyway, So the rate of return here, 2.7. Okay, that works. Not the first one we've seen at 2.7, but all righty then. Let's go. 2.7. Why not? Do you like? See, that's a good question. Do you like Harley Davidson? Oh, Zach, what are my thoughts on IPO? Zach, you weren't listening. I only invest in companies that have 2 decades of increased profits. An IPO is 0. So as much as you like it, it might work great for you, but you got to remember, I'm 62. I'm retired. I don't have the luxury to be wrong, number one. And number two, I'm too old to put money someplace and just watch it. That doesn't work for me. Okay? I'm way too active to be sitting there watching a stock. No. All right, here we go. Harley Davidson. There she is. Harley Davidson, 27 March, 1750, and 47 is the profit, 1700 is the investment for a 2.7. All right, what do we got? Ricky, how's it going, Ricky? Walmart and Cigna. Now, I don't think Cigna is going to work, but Walmart will. I actually have some Walmart. We'll take a look at that in a second. But here we go. 2.7 for Harley Davidson. 2.7. That's 3. We got 2 more to go. It's only 10 o'clock. Come on, come on. What do we got? What do we got? All right. Sorry, Zach. IPOs do not have 2 decades of profits. Now, don't get me wrong. It may be a godsend. You may jump into that and retire in a couple of months. You might be able to. It has happened before. Okay, I've been doing this for 30 years. I have seen IPOs go like that. Not something I want to do. Terribly sorry. But good afternoon. Welcome to Walmart. How may I help you? Will that be paper or plastic? That's not my vocabulary. I do not want to have to go back to work, so I don't take unnecessary risks. An initial public offering is a risk. Sometimes it works out great. Not for me. Sorry. Sorry. I'm boring, I am old, and I do things slowly. All right, Wally World. Let's check it out. Papa Bear, what's happening? Hey, James, appreciate you. Today I sold my position in NVIDIA so that I can sell covered calls, hoping to become a Patreon. Thank you there, Papa Bear. Cool. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? NVIDIA has its place. It is the new shiny object. But would you really? No, I'm not insulting it in any way, shape, or form. Number one, the numbers are terrible, okay? It's a $180 stock that pays a 1 penny dividend. 1 penny dividend. That's 4 cents at the end of the year. That is a 0.002%. Absolutely horrible. The numbers are all skewed. I think it's like $7 or $8 for the revenue per share. And then the book value, I think it's somewhere around $6. So you're paying $185 for a $6 stock. Is what it is. Okay, now I have no idea what you're up to, Papa Bear. I have no idea how old you are. I have no idea what you want to do. But I appreciate you being here. I hope that's a good choice for you. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Wally World, let's do this. Are you ready? I'm pretty sure Cigna, I think is it CIG for Cigna? I'm not sure, because Cigna is not on my list, and there's probably a reason why it's not on the list. So if you know what it is, let me know. WMT is Wally World. I do have some Wally World, but look at this. Here's the bottom, here's the top. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. It shoots up. Now it's pulling back. Well, think about it. Last year, April, we're below $80. We go from below $80 to 135. Not quite 100% increase, but pretty darn close to 70, 80%. That's a nice jump. Well, of course there's going to be profit taking. And here it is. Okay? So, I'm going to put Walmart down for next week, because I do like Walmart. They do pay good premiums, but I don't buy as it's dropping. So, Wally World. All right, Wally World it is. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to move over to here. Please do content on Roblox. I'm back now today. Roblox. Is that R-O? You got to give me the ticker symbol for that one because it's not on my list. Okay, what do we have here? All righty. Harley Davidson we just looked at. Our Rock Awakening. Our Awakening. Okay. Mike Mattern. How you doing, Mike? Cam, thank you for that. I have a 210 salt too. Okay, mine's not salt water. Mine's 360. Big fucker. And it has a coral reef in it. Okay, because I used to be a manufacturer. Believe it or not, I was a CEO of a manufacturing company. We made artificial coral for museums and aquariums, and we brought it into the home hobbyist. So I was the first one. Ever see those fake corals that you see made in China nowadays? They didn't exist until I was in business, and then it was my competition, and I couldn't make them I couldn't buy the raw materials for the amount that they were selling the finished product. So I was, what do you call it? I was a direct, hold on. Because remember they said a while ago that China was just dumping products on us, trying to get the American manufacturer out of business. That's exactly what they did to me. Because you can't make something because you need raw materials to make something. So you get the raw materials to make something, then you get the labor and the overhead. So by the time the raw materials, the labor, and the overhead, all that stuff, China was bringing all this crap, literally, because it looked nothing as compared to what I used to do. And they were selling it, the finished product, cheaper than I could buy the raw materials. Forget about the labor, forget about the overhead, forget about my profit. They dumped products in the U.S. economy, and they just dumped it on us, so much so it put me out of business because I couldn't compete. Granted, my stuff was a lot better. It's like going from don't get me wrong, a Yugo to a Cadillac. They both have four wheels. You get to point A to point B. But more people were buying the Yugo than were buying the Cadillac, so it put me out of business. So yeah, my aquarium is a little bit on the bigger side. All right, I don't do IPOs. We talked about that. Richie, how you doing? Thank you for that, Richie. Randy, thank you for that. Enzo, how's it going, Enzo? Richie, thank you. What was the stock? The stock that we just looked at was Wally World. Pedrake, I missed what stock this was too. Walmart. Did we do Riley? We did. Riley was the first one we looked at, Enzo. TikTok, thank you for that. Phil, yes. Enzo, thank you. Okay, Martin. Are you looking at one-day charts? Martin, no. See, Martin, you're under the misconception that I like to sit in front of my computer. Nope. See, I was sitting comfortably on my couch and said 8:57. I said, oh, time for me to get up and turn the computer on. See, I do a morning trading group in the morning. We go from 9 till about 10 or 11. Okay, after that, I turn the computer off and I don't turn it on again until 3 minutes to 9. So, no. Cam, all right, don't worry about it. So, Martin, to answer your question, look at the 1-year chart, the 90-day chart, the 30-day chart, and then the seasonality chart. And I don't look at daily charts because I'm not someone who'll sit around and watch the computer all day. Papa Bear, I'm going to be booking a call with you. I'm going to need your help, but I've been doing pretty good with your strategy. Cool beans, brother. Love to hear from you. Amirs Gaming, Ford. All right, let's take a look at Ford. I love me some Ford. I do. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it is, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down. Now, why am I excited about Ford? Well, number one, the company's been around for 200 years. No, sorry, over 100 years. And we were almost at 15. Now we're at a new bottom. That is a $4 drop. Now, a $4 drop on a $15 stock is almost 30%. Okay? 30% drop. This baby's going to turn, and it might turn next week. So it is on my list for next week as soon as I find this bottom. Okay? All right. Anyway, no for Ford today. Sorry. Enza thinks that's funny. All right. That ain't normal. No, that ain't normal. Now, you're new here because trust me, I remember that name and you won't look at JEPQ. Now, didn't I tell you? I told all of you, someone is going to ask me about a piece of crap stock and I'm going to say, what the hell are you thinking? And there he is right there. That ain't normal. That's his name. That ain't normal. Okay, that ain't normal. Watch this. You're going to love it. Cause an Astra. Ayo. What's happening, brother? Okay, so let's do this. Right there. And we're going to take a look at JEPQ. And I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. Okay, JEPQ, there it is. Now, you're relatively new here because I haven't seen you before. Trust me, I'm very good with names and I would remember that name. But here's the thing. When I say I'm looking for companies that are consistently profitable, okay, consistently profitable. That's rule number rule number 3. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. For me, I want 2 decades. That's 10, 20 years. You like JEPQ. I got something for you. You ready? Watch this. You're not going to like it, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So any of you thinking of JEPQ, check out the numbers. Now, if you know anything about a dividend, you know what a profit is. If I buy something for $1 and I sell it for $2, I made a 100% profit. Profit is profit no matter which way you look at it, and nobody ever went broke taking profits. So yeah, that ain't normal. I like companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. So let's take a look at JEPQ, shall we? Now, this is what we call the data stream. This is all the data. Okay, here's the dates. March 2nd, February 2nd, December, blah, blah, blah. There's all the dates. Here are the dividends. Now, if you didn't know, the dividend is a small portion of the company's profits that they give back to us, the investors. So if the company makes more money, the dividends increase. If the company is losing money or not being as profitable, the dividends decrease. So profitable company, dividends increase. Companies are not profitable, dividends decrease. Simple enough, right? Okay. Remember, it's created for a 9-year-old. 9 years old. Okay? Here we go, JEPQ. Let's go all the way back 20 years, which would be 2006. Wait a second. Hold on. Does that say 2022? The very first dividend? Do you know what that means? That means this company is 4 years old. 4 years old. You're putting your money in a company that's 4 years old. Not even ready to vote. 4 years. Okay, hold on. It gets worse. It really does. Watch this. You ready? The very first dividend, 37.6. We're going to need this right here. Okay? Very first dividend, 37.6. The second dividend, lower. Higher, higher, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, lower, lower. Higher, higher. Okay, so 6 to 5. It went down 5 times. So why do you think that's good? Don't answer yet. It actually gets worse. It really does. Hold on. So 5 times it went down. Let's keep count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. 5. Okay. Now, 2023, May. Let's go to that one right there. Okay. We're in May, right there. Lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher, lower, lower, higher, higher, whoops. Higher, higher, lower, higher. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more to add. All right, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11 times this went down. Now you remember, the profits go up, the dividends go up. Profits go down, the dividends go down. So far, this thing went down 11 times, and it's only 4 years old. Hold on, we got some more to go. This is August 1st. Okay. Higher, lower, lower, higher, 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 lower, 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 higher, 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 lower, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. Five, 6. Okay. So at this moment in time, that ain't normal. In the last 4 years, this thing went down 16 times. In 4 years, the profits went down 16 times. And you think this is good? Don't answer yet. It just might get worse. Hold on. So we're going to come over here and check out the summary. Because in a financial website, you can find out a lot of information. Uh-oh. Sit tight. All right, so we're going to take a look at the summary, just to give you a rough idea, okay? All right, here's the summary. The summary gives you interesting information. Kind of like this. Well, this is not that bad. The yield is 10.5%. 10.5% for 1 year. Now, I'm showing you how to get 1% every week. 1% every week. Come on, you all know. You can say it. Yep, 1% a week is 50% a year. Okay? This, 10%. Look at the total return for the year. Negative 0.6. Negative 0.6. So this thing has gone down 16 times, has a yield of 10.5, and it's currently at negative 0.6. And you think it's good. Do you remember what I told you? I told you someone's going to give me a stock and say, what the hell were you thinking? Do you even take a look at what you're putting, where you're putting your numbers? The numbers. Why were you putting, not even going to ask. I'm sure you have your reasons. But to make a long story short, needless to say, I check out the numbers before I buy anything. Is the company consistently profitable? Not just once in a while. And 2 decades, not 4 years. JEPQ, 4 years old. It's gone down almost as much as it's gone up. It's just a no for me. I can't even express how big of a no it is. Please do content on Roblox. I asked you politely. Give me the ticker symbol for Roblox. It's not a company I invest in, so I don't know it. All right. Cause, thank you for that. Enza, Pfizer, PFE. Let's go back to where we were and look at some Pfizer, PFE. Ooh, no. Who came up with that one? Enza, come on. You've been here long enough. You know I don't buy at the high. Whoops, I gotta change that. All right. Sorry, Enza. Cause and Astra. Mara on the wall. M-A-R-A. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. We're at 922. The 9s are going for 59. That's over 5%. If you like Mara. That's the big question. Do I like this company? Am I willing to put some of my money into this company? Now, you guys here, I'm going to look at a couple more, and then we're going to reboot because we just dropped below 40, and I don't like going below 40. Kina. Okay, Cam, CCL. That's kind of a cruise line. And Kina wants to take a look at, I have no idea. Kimberly, ExxonMobil, Freckle Queen, thank you. Do you have a spreadsheet to log the winning percentages? No. Because see, I'm really not that anal to figure out. Here's the way I look at it. Who came up with that one? Users 61181180865. Why can't your parents name you normal stuff like Peter Bill, Oscar, Fred. Here's what I'm trying to say, okay? I'm 62. I really do. I kind of like checked out of society. So I don't do things normally. What I'm looking at is if I have $100,000 in my account, I want to make $1,000 this week. That's 1%. And then guess what I want to do next week? Exact same thing. 1%. What am I want to do after that? 1%. Same thing. Do I keep track of it? No. Why do I need to? I'm retired. I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. Uh-oh. Cotton Express. Thank you, thank you. If you don't like JEPQ, you're going to hate Riley. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I really do. But sometimes some people want Riley and some people want JEPQ. All right, so we're going to reboot on this one because it just doesn't look right. That being said, guys, don't go anywhere. Reboot. Let's try it one more time. One more time. If we try. One more time for all. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are you going? All right, here we go. Here we go. Right there. Mirror that, and do this. And there we go. We're ready to go again. Okay, that being said, mirror. I like the way up, down, back up again, 922. We're going to look at the nines. The nines are giving over 5%. Let's check it out. Are we ready? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Nice. Gotta love it. Okay, get rid of that. Covered call. There we go. And the 9. There it is. One contract. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. Confirm and send. Here's Johnny by one covered call. Mara, M-A-R-A. 27 March, that's next Friday. And the $9 call option. Here's my profit, $38. Here's my investment. The total cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $862 for one contract. It either makes sense or it does not make sense. You either like Mara or you do not like Mara. Always, always, always find a company that you like. Make sure you're okay with buying it and holding it. Yes, cause I know Mara has no dividends. I'm well aware of that. Somebody asked me to take a look at it. I'm taking a look at it. Let's do this thing. Okay. 38 is the profit, divided by the investment, 862. Grand total of 4.4 if you like this company. Okay, always comes down to that. Do I like this company? And yes, Cause and Astra is correct. Mara does not have dividends. So, when you buy a company, when you buy a stock, you need to ask yourself that question. Okay? Now, I like companies that have consistent increased profits. This one does not. So why are we looking at it? The simplest reason I can give you is somebody asked me to. And that's as easy as that. Somebody asked me to take a look at it, so we're looking at it. Mara, the 27th of March, the $9 call option. The current price is $9.20. So we're selling it for less than what we paid for it. This is what, the 5th time we're doing that tonight? 38 is the profit. 862 is the investment. And what was that rate of return? 4.4. If you like it. Pop Trades, I see you. Bryant, how you doing? Daisy, Eddie, Mike, Loops, Bill, Soma. G, what's happening, G? Charlie and Franklin. How you doing? Jim Woodward, all right. All right, so 4.4. Oh, we got room for one more. One more. 4.4. Gotta love it. Next. Inches Chestnut. Abs Rosa. Nate. Marcel. Mike Cato wants to take a look at Altria. Gotta love me some Altria. I do, I do. Uh-oh, hold on. So Mike Cato wants to take a look at Altria. All right, Altria is going to be a no for this week, but maybe next week. Let me show you. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where we are now. She drops, finds the bottom, shoots up, pulls back, shoots up again, got our profit taken. Here's where we are. Okay, we're at 65.07. Okay, 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Now, we'll be keeping our eye on this one, find the bottom and turn around, but at this moment, Altria is going to be wait and see. Wait and see. It's about the best we can do. F Ship, how you doing? Ease, what's happening? Charlie Hodges, MY. MY, what is this with the M's? MY is nothing. MU is Micron. Who came up with Micron? Okay, Charlie, Micron is at the high of the year. No. Sorry, Charlie. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done Micron before, but I don't buy anything at the high of the year. Freckle Queen, Delta Airlines. Nice. Now, it might be running out of steam, not something I'd want to do. But remember I say it takes me 3 to 4 seconds? The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this, down, up, down, up. There's a gap right there, kind of throwing everything off. Now, let me show you why. Okay, here's the last 30 days. Got a gap here, got a gap here, got a gap here, and you got a gap here. Okay, went up, down, back up again. Okay, well, this gap here is going to want to force it down, but this gap already filled. Got another gap here, already filled. Got this gap here. Can this baby keep going up? Because the high is right there at 72. So the high's at 72, the bottom's at 55. She already shot up from 55 to 65, which is $10. So even though it looks as if it should keep going up, it's not going to. And the reason it's not going to, greed. Greed, my brothers and sisters. Here's what I'm talking about. The bottom, 30-day top, 30-day bottom was 55. Okay? 55 is the bottom right there. Now, she shoots up to 65. 55 to 65 is $10. $10 on a $50 stock is a 20% move. So yeah, profit taking is coming, but then she's going to keep on going back up again because she's going to go up and fill this gap here, back up to 72, but she's going to stop for a bit and then turn around and go back. Usually, because if you think of it this way, if you bought something, cotton greed is good. Yeah, depending on how you look at it. But he's right. But here's the thing. Depending on what it is you want to accomplish. I always tell people, holy fuck buckets, barbecue here. I'm wondering, is that the same barbecue I play soccer with on Sundays? Because there's a guy we play soccer with, and everybody calls him barbecue. I'm kind of interested, if that is you. All right, so anyway, down, up, that gap is going to fill. She's going to go up, she's going to pull back a little bit before she keeps going up to hit that 72. It's just the way it is. You know, because people, just like me, they see this right here. That's a 20% move. Ask yourself the question and be honest about it. Ask yourself, be honest about it. If you bought something and it jumped up 20% in 2 weeks, would you take the profit? Okay, hold on. Remember, it ain't a profit until you take it. That's number one. And number two, I said it earlier tonight, nobody ever went broke taking profits. So you either like the company, which Delta Airlines, okay, fine. Okay, down, up. It's clearly going up, but she's going to pause for a bit to take advantage of that 20% jump that she just took. Okay, Leo Legend. I can't believe you actually want to look at Misty. Hold on, we'll take a look at it. You're not going to like it, but I'll take a look. All right, wow, we got a lot of questions over there. Hold on. Okay, Dex, we just looked at Micron not even 2 minutes ago. Okay. All right, so we're done with the questions there. Mikey wants to take a look at K-View. Kimberly likes K-View. Don't you, Kimberly? I see you in the background, Kimberly. All right, here we go. Up, down, up, down. Not this week, brother. Sorry. Okay. She's just bouncing off that top right there. Okay. She went from 18 to 19. Now she's dropping back up and dropping again. Not this week for K-View. Maybe next time. What do we have next? All right. All right. We looked at Ford. We looked at K-View. Chinese stocks. Yeah, no, thank you. Nike. Ooh, Nike. NKE. Ooh, check that out. Looking for the new bottom for Nike. 69 to 53. That's a nice drop. Was that 16 bucks? That's a nice drop. Looking for the bottom here. So I'm going to write Nike down for next week because that bottom's coming any day now. Hold on. Hold on. You guys are going too quick. All right. Celestica? Never heard of it. What happened to What Are You Thinking with Riley and Mara of the world? You're right, Cotton. Nike. I'm going to write this one down. NKE. There we go. All right. So let's go. CLS. CLS. Why does that sound familiar? Interesting. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. It looks good. 284. The 285 is going for 10. All right, something tells me that thing has no dividends. But you want to take a look at it? Let's take a look. Last 30 days. Here you go. 30-day high. 30-day bottom. Now she's shooting up nicely. Doesn't that look pretty? What does it look like? All right, change it to covered call. There it is. The 285s, there it is. One contract. And here's Johnny. Buy one covered call CLS. 27 March. 285 call option, $1,200. Woohoo! Nice. However, it's a $27,000 investment. So this is definitely something a little bit different than some of you guys. Some of you guys looking at stocks, getting in at 500, 600, even 1,000, 2,000 bucks. This one's 27,000. It's a different ball game. Well, let's take a look at the numbers. Profit is $1,245, but the investment, $27,255 for a grand total of 4.5% for 8 days. If and only if you like this company, CLS. I've never heard of it. Now, I only deal with personally. Now, I'll take a look at anything you want me to take a look at, but me investing, most of my investments are dividend stocks only, and specifically those that are consistently increasing. Dex, Fly, never heard of it. Never heard of Fly. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. There it is. CLS, 27 March, 285, 1,200, 27,000 for, what was the investment? What was it again? 4.5%. Okay. $4.5. That's it for the night. Let's answer some questions. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Got. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Got. Okay. DXYZ. Never heard of it. Let's check it out. What the heck is DXYZ? Let's get rid of that. Let's change this to that. Now let's go here. DXYZ. Destiny Tech. No. Options. No. Thank you. MX Starbuckies. Nice. All right, take a look at Starbucks. We got a new bottom right there. So for me, I want the 2 days to the upside. JD, could you please explain why only sell options on dividend stocks? Absolutely, JD. JD wants to know. All right, let's check this out, JD. All righty, Mr. JD, here we go. All right, so Mr. JD is new here, so I got to give a brief explanation of why we're looking at dividend stocks specifically. Okay, so every single week we look and see how many new companies are available. As of this week, Sunday, we checked 10,934 companies. 10,934. Okay, that's a lot of companies to look at. Now, out of all of those 10,900 companies, only about half of them pay a dividend. Now, let me explain the difference between the two. A dividend stock company shares their profits. That means if you buy a dividend stock, you are entitled to a portion of the company's profits in the form of a dividend. So you can get a check or you can get the money just put right into your account. Now the other half, non-dividend paying stocks, they are also called growth stocks. They take the profits, put it back into the company, then you get growth. Hold on one second. Oh, you know what? I'm going to just turn the fan on. All right. I was getting a little warm. I was going to take the shirt off, but no. All right, so dividend stocks. Number one, I want a portion of the profits. That's what I want. Okay, Milo, how do you play this game? What's the point? Milo, I'm going to ask that question. I'm going to address that in a second. Sit tight for a second. Sit tight, because you just opened up a can of worms you might not be ready for. All right, so what we are looking at is called an EX dividend calendar. So for me, I'm 62. I could care less about future growth. Okay? At some point in your life, you're going to wake up to a phone call. Hey, so-and-so just died. Hey, so-and-so just died. Hey, so-and-so just passed. Happens every single week. The older you get, the more often it happens. Okay? I got a call. Mike Galvin sat 2 seats behind me. Okay? In high school, actually in elementary school, I grew up where we went to school with the exact same people. So I sat next to Betsy Garfield for 12 years. From first grade all the way into high school. It was Betsy Garfield, there was me, there was Deanna Gordon, there was Mike Galvin, there was Tom Godfrey. Tom's gone, Mike's gone, and a few other people that are gone. Kids I went to school with for the whole year. For the whole 12 years. Okay, you're going to get that phone call every single week and every year, more and more and more. So, here's the thing. I have no desire to buy something and wait and wait and wait and wait to get paid. I want to get paid right here, right now. I want a dividend stock. 2 reasons. Number one, they share the profits. Number two, they consistently increase their profits, which means they are consistently giving me more and more money every single year. I'm 62. I don't want to wait. Okay, that's number one. Number two, dividend stocks are predictable and consistent, meaning they do the same things year after year after year. Now, you take a look at a company such as Coca-Cola or Pepsi, both dividend kings, both have 5 decades. I got to do this slowly because some people think this is just 5. No. It is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Some of you people aren't even 50 years old yet. Yet Coca-Cola and Pepsi and a dozen other companies have consistently increased their profits. Not the stock price, the profits. Okay? Now, some people are confused by the stock price. It's got nothing to do with the value of the company. The value of the company is found in the book value, which means all the assets that they own, the income that they have coming in. That's the actual value of the company. So a dividend king, 5 decades of increased profits. Okay, I want my profits to increase every single year, regardless. And if they have weekly options, more better. So, the dividend calendar, EX dividend calendars, 4 dates to remember. Date number 1, the announcement date. That's basically where the stock, where the company's spokesperson comes out and says, "Good afternoon, everybody. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talks. This is how much money we made. This is how you're going to get yours. This is when you're going to get yours, and everything's wonderful. Great." It's just the announcement. It's telling you all the crap that you're going to get. What a wonderful company is. Just to give them a reason to stand up and say crap. The announcement date. That's all it is. The important date is date number 2. That is called the EX dividend date. That is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. And by knowing the EX dividend date, the stock has a tendency to increase in price. Means the price goes up just before the dividend. That's why. Okay? The dividend tells me the stock is ready to move up, especially those companies that keep increasing their dividends. The stock goes up in value. So by knowing when a stock moves, I have one little tidbit of information that's going to be in my favor. Then you have date number 3, the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. That's it. No ifs, ands, and buts. But I bought it. It doesn't matter. If you own the stock on the date of record, you are entitled to the dividend. Date number 4 is when you get your check. That's it. 4 dates for dividend stocks. The reason I do dividend stocks, they're predictable, they're consistent, and they consistently increase their profits. I don't know about you, but I'm not doing this to be a nice guy. I'm doing this for increased profits. I want more profits every year, every week. That's why I'm doing. Okay, anyway, that's my reason. So we had someone who came up with it. Hold on. There you go. Milo. Is it Milo? How do you play this game and what's the point? Okay. So here's the thing. 4 greenhouses, one red hotel, round and round you go past go, you collect $200, step in the wrong place, you got sent to jail. Monopoly. It's the same thing. Monopoly is a paper trading game for real estate. Stock market's kind of the same thing. Okay? You can paper trade, which means you can practice before you do the real stuff. What's the point of the game? Well, Milo, just to let you know, in case you didn't already, we are the only species on this planet that's got to pay to live here. Okay? The only species on the planet that's got to pay to live here. So, to the degree in which you want to live on the beach, it's going to cost you more. You want to live in the mountains, it's going to cost you so much. You want to live in a tent, it's not going to cost you anything. To the degree in which you want to live comfortably, you're going to need money. All right? Now, whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, it's totally irrelevant. But whatever money you make, you put into your retirement to make sure that the rainy day looks good. You got to put the money somewhere. You put it in the bank, great. What do you think they're going to do with it? They're going to put it into the economy. You put it into an ETF or you put it into some kind of a fund, guess what they're going to do with it? They're going to put it into the economy. Okay? That's what we Americans do. We run the American engine. The American economy is run by us. By, hold on, Sherwin-Williams, McDonald's, Lennar, Black & Decker, Ben Franklin, T. Rowe Price, Cincinnati Financial, Illinois Tool Works, Nordson, Medtronic, Walmart, Kimberly-Clark, GPC, Pepsi-Cola, Coca-Cola, ADP, Albemarle, actually over 10,000 different companies. So why are we doing this? We are doing this to have a better life, have a better retirement. Okay? You do what you want with your money. I know if I put my money in the bank, my banker's going to take it and he's going to put it into Kimberly-Clark, Coca-Cola, or Pepsi, or whatever. I'm just beating him to the punch. I'm going to cut out the middleman. I want the profits myself. That's why. What's the name of the calendar? EX Dividend Calendar. You can go to Google, in the Google search, EX Dividend Calendar. Kenny, what are your thoughts on unwinding demand of Japanese negative carry trade? How do I trade it? How do I make money off of it? And has it been profitable at least 20 years? Kenny, I got a certain way of looking at things and that's it. Okay, I am laser focused. I keep my eye on one thing and one thing only. Okay, so I really can't answer that question for you. It's not my expertise. What else do we have? All righty. Milo, thank you, thank you. Social Lily. Hey, Social Lily, how you doing? All right, Mister, how you doing? Johnny boy, what's happening? Trend, is that Trinity? Trin. Trin. No, it is Trinity. I don't do monthly options. No, 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 I don't trade it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. What's the name of the calendar? EX dividend account. Daniel! Oh, that's why you're working on TikTok. No, Daniel, I'm working on TikTok to create a video diary for my children and my grandchildren. Because, Daniel, I have no delusions whatsoever thinking I'm going to last forever, okay? My mother's in her 80s, and I'm seeing her mental faculties decrease on a daily basis, which means if I don't get the knowledge that I have out and prep it for my children and my grandchildren, it will be lost forever. I feel what is called a calling to share the knowledge in which I possess. I think it's a major sin for you to work 30, 40, 50 years of your life and take all that knowledge to your grave. I ain't doing it. I'm sharing all my knowledge. Now, my kids in their 20s and 30s, they may not be ready for it yet. Okay, but when they're in their 40s and 50s, I won't be around. I want the information there for them. So you may think I'm doing it for you. No, I'm not. Okay, because at the end of the year, we're taking all the videos I made this year, cramming them into 1 year. Okay, so it's a year in the life of Papa G. So a year in my life. I'm going to take 2024, cram it into one. There it is. 2025, cram it into one. 2026. So when I am dead and gone in 30, 40, 50 years from now, my children, my grandchildren can go back and take a look. Okay, how did he do this? It's going to be video evidence right there. I am creating a diary, a log for my children and grandchildren. Don't let the flattery go to your head. I'm not here about you, dude. Okay, how would you defractionate? I don't even know what the hell kind of word is that? Differentiate. That's spelled right? Differentiate. Stock that, wait a second, that just moved. How would you differentiate a stock that gives a dividend and one that doesn't? Oh, how do I differentiate? You definitely spelled that one wrong, brother. Differentiate. Okay. It's simple. You go to a financial website. Okay. I like to use Yahoo Finance. You can use Google Finance. You can use NSYE, New York Stock Exchange. You can use that. You can use Wall Street Journal. You can use, Investors Business Tip. Any financial website you want to use. They all tell you the exact same thing. But what am I looking at? How to differentiate? Here you go. Slide down here. It doesn't even have dividends. See? No dividends at all. JEPQ. Yeah, it does. Why isn't it on here? Huh. All right. But anyway, PE ratio, yield, it's not on there. Why isn't it on there? All right. Anyway, when you go to a financial website, it will tell you whether or not it has options. And then it will tell you whether they are weekly options or they monthly options. And they'll also tell you whether or not they pay a dividend or whether they do not. What amount should you have in dividend stocks to actually make a good income? Bad Master, how you doing today, brother? Nice to hear from you. Interesting question. Okay, here's a way of looking at it. Number one, how much money do you need to live comfortably? Number two, how old are you? When are you getting ready to retire? So numbers tell a story. Well, how old are you? In your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s? Great. Well, how much money do you have set up for your retirement? Because whether you agree or not, whether you like it or not, it's coming. Okay? Friday is tomorrow. And guess what? After that, there's another Friday coming. After that, there's another Friday. It consistently never, ever, ever stops. Okay, I had a great day today. Went and took the boat out. All of a sudden, I'm back online again. I didn't get to... Time passes whether you like it or not. You have to decide How much money do you need, and what do you think a good income is? Because I do a lot of investing, okay? Make anywhere between 1 and 1.4% every single week. Now that more than pays for all my bills. But my bills really aren't that big, okay? I don't live in a palace. I don't drive a Lamborghini. I drive an old piece of crap van because I like it. I could go out and buy a brand new car. Cars don't turn me on. Neither do houses. You know what turns me on? Spending time with my kids and spending time with my grandson. Okay, right now we're in the process of acquiring a family estate. Big, huge house on about 90 acres. Big enough so that everybody, okay, me, girlfriend, even my ex-wife is going to come live with us. Okay, so me, my girlfriend, my ex-wife, my 4 kids, their significant others, and my grandson, all going to live on this one big, huge estate. Hopefully, the goal is to be self-sustaining. And that has to do with money also. What do you look in a dividend individual stock? Hindu, consistency of profitability and weekly options. That's it. Consistency of profitability and weekly options. So Bassmaster, I hope that worked out for you. You got to remember, where are you currently right now? Okay, not only in your age, in your position in life, like, are you married, do you have kids, are the kids in high school, are they in elementary school, are they in college, are you living at home, is it an empty nest syndrome scenario, or what's the story? Then you got to figure out what constitutes a good income for you. You want to live in a van? Well, great, it's going to cost you X amount. You want to live in a palace? Well, that's going to cost you X amount times 10. So you got to figure out where you are, where you want to go, and what's your time frame in order to get there. Ben F.N. Burns. No, the F, it's not. I have no idea what that means. No idea whatsoever what that means, Ben. You want to enlighten me a little bit? Bassmaster, what amount? Okay, we already did that question. Uh-oh, SPY. See, I don't do SPY. It's not consistently profitable, and I really don't. Holy cow, 3 minutes left. No more stock talk. Let's get rid of the questions. What does the EX calendar stand for? The EX dividend calendar stands for when does the company pay its dividend. That's all. Okay, LEMS, SPY, I don't trade it. Don't really care what it's doing. Hindu, thank you. Social Lili, EX dividend calendar. Yep. Bassmaster, please answer my previous question. Your previous question was, what is an acceptable amount of money to live on? I know nothing about you. I can't tell you that. Susan, how you doing? The Medicare Life Guy. Amen. Thank you. Mig Drip, what are we full porting, gang? I have no idea what that means. Dalton, thank you. William, thank you. Car over. Dividend yield, thank you. Thank you. Harley Davidson, we looked at it earlier. Thanks for the advice. Have a good night. You too. Kevin, how you doing? Club Med Tom, what state are you looking for your family estate in? Right now, the one we're looking at is in Massachusetts, just south of Boston. What do you trade if not SPY? KO, I trade dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. Who do we have over here? Wow, all these questions I missed. Do you use Gendex at all? Never even heard of it. All right, Richie, thank you for that. Richie, thank you. Do you publish any materials on this? Absolutely, Richie. I've written 15 books, Richie. Now, I'm not trying to sell anyone anything, but he just asked me a question. That's all. And no, I'm not going to say, is it okay to me something? No, I'm not going to do that. Hey, file opener, you sent me a message. Great. Social Lily, Great Barrington is nice. Social Lily, we ran out of time. Kimberly Clark, Rhino, I love it. DRAI, what the hell is that? DRAI, whoops, wrong one. Okay, DRAI. Draco Evolution, hell no, no options, no thank you. Lowrider, I used your strategy, made 2% today. Cool beans, brother. Don't let it go to your head, though. Okay? Keep focused on good quality companies and good quality trade. Why don't you like SPY, which is favorite trade? Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, I'm put on the spot. Let's do this. SPY. Okay. KO, you ready for this? You're not going to like it. KO, what I'm looking for specifically, consistency of profitability. Do you understand that? Consistency of profitability, which means I want to make sure this year is better than last year. Last year was better than the year before. On and on and on for 2 decades. That's 10, 20 years. You like SPY? Let me show you something. You're not going to like it. You ready? The yield. Do you understand what the yield is? The yield is what rate of return you're getting as opposed to what you're paying. SPY is $659 per share. $659 per share. Take a look at what your yield is. 1.06% for the year. SPY, 1.06% for the year. You think that's good? Whatever. So, let's take a look at how consistently profitable it is. Okay? Now, for that, we're going to look at historical data. Okay, hold on. Historical data. Okay, well, we're going to look for the dividends only. Okay, the dividends are the profits that they share with us. Hold on. Now, I want to look at all of them. The maximum amount. Now, when I say I want 2 decades, that's 10, 20. So, let's take a look at SPY and see how consistently profitable they are to get that wonderful 1.1%. Yeah, whatever. 2006 would be 20 years. And there it is right there. Okay? The very first dividend, 2006, March 17th, 2006. You ready? Here we go. Right there. 51. Higher, 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 lower. Higher, 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 lower. Higher, 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 lower. Hold on. That's 3 times it went down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we stopped off at 2009. 2009, there we go. Right here. Okay. Lower, lower, higher. Lower, higher, 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 lower. Higher, lower, higher, lower, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. It still gets worse, believe it or not. 2012. Where's 2013? Right there. Okay. So, higher, higher, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, lower. Higher, 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 lower. Higher, 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 lower. Higher. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute, we're not done yet. That's 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on, we still got more to go. 2016. There we go. Okay. Higher, higher, lower. Higher, 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 lower. Higher, 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 lower. Higher, lower, higher, lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. We still got more to go. We're not done yet. 2020. Okay? Lower, lower, higher. Lower, higher, 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 lower. Higher, 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 lower, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not done. We still got more to go. January 2026. January 2020. January right there. Okay. Okay. Higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alrighty then. So not only does this thing give 1%, wait, is that right? 1% for the year? Yep. 1.06% for the year. Okay? 1.06% for the year. It went down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 times. It's not consistently profitable. Hold on, because I'm sure you want to know what consistency of profitability looks like. Hold on, we're going to show you this. You're going to love it. All right, KO, you ready for this? 2006. There we go. You ready? You ready? Here we go, KO. This is what consistency of profitability looks like. You ready? 2006, 33, 36, 39, 40, 41, 45, 49, 53, 57, 61, 65, 67, 72, 76, 79, 81, 89, 95, $1, $1.03, $1.06. Every single year. This company here, 7 decades. 7 decades of consistent profits. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Not a single year did that profit go down. SPY up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Not consistently profitable. No, thank you. Fuga Bear, can I do the same strategy with cash secured puts? Yes, you can. What platform do you trade on? I trade on Think or Swim, which is through Charles Schwab, and I also trade on Robinhood. What else do we got? Mud, how you doing? KO, got it? Yes, great, wonderful. Wildcat, how you doing? What do you think about the weekly yield max options? Hell no. Oliver. Now this is you're like the 4th or 5th person for the evening. See, every night I say someone's going to ask me about a piece of crap. Yield max. Take a look at every single one of their offerings. Every single one. Take a look at the consistency of profitability. Loops, can you explain the strategy? Absolutely. You ready? Here we go. I consistently buy pre-qualified dividend stocks. Those are companies that have consistently increased their profits for at least 2 decades. I buy it 2 weeks before the EX date because it is a consistency of increasing of the profits just before the dividend is paid. When the dividend is paid, stocks have a tendency to go up in value. That gives me the opportunity to buy a covered call, which is a safe, simple trading strategy. It allows me to capture a safe, predictable trade on a weekly basis. That was a lot, wasn't it? Big Yellow Bird, yield max is garbage. Share prices constantly drop as well. Yellow Bird, I'm going to agree with you. There you go. So hopefully that explains my strategy loops. WD, what do you avoid? Oh, how do you avoid your taxes on profits? Well, WD, here you go. If you have your account in your own personal name, Congratulations, you just volunteered to have the absolute highest tax liability whatsoever. And you're susceptible to lawsuits, and you get, when you pass on, that money is taxed. Okay, so to avoid it, family foundation, nonprofit, well, not nonprofit, family foundation, corporation, and then you put the corporation in a state in which there are no corporate taxes. And get rid of it. If you take the money out of your name, create a nonprofit or an LLC, put it into that, congratulations, you are now taxed at the corporate level. If you take your corporation and incorporate in a state where there are no taxes, congratulations, your profits are not taxed on the corporate level. Wait a minute, on the state level. Okay, so move it around. Utilico, may have made a turnaround. Yep, I saw that one, Macy's. Thank you, Utilico. Wildcat, thank you for that. Free Money Labs, any view on Majestic Silver? No. Rick Morales, XLF, what the hell is that? XLF. Interesting. Here's the bottom, here's the top, now it's dropped. Okay, take a look. Drop, 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 drop. T-Brit, what's going on? Lamar Mitchell, how you doing? The Davis House, how you doing? More Swim, MLPX, I bought 2 years ago. Do you feel it's a long-term hold? I have no idea what the hell it is. Okay, MLPX. Global XMLP Energy Infrastructure ETF. For me, hell no. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work in my favor. That's number one. Number two, I don't buy anything at the high of the year. And here's another one. You bought this thing 2 years ago, okay? It's not a profit until you take it, okay? You do understand that, right? Okay, it was at 50, well, it dropped down to 54. Now it's at 73. That's a 50% increase from the bottom to the top. It's not a profit until you take it. So what's the best way to hide through a trust? That's going to be a conversation for another day because we are past 11 o'clock. What do you think about Duke Energy? It's a monthly. Okay, I don't do Duke Energy because it's a monthly and I don't do that one. Coca-Cola is a dividend king extraordinaire. Joe, no kidding, absolutely. TJX, next time. Leo Legend, what do I think about Misty? Hell no. Leo, have you looked at Misty? I hold a heavy amount of it. I get like $200 a month in dividends. Yeah, Leo, take a deep dive on the numbers for Misty. All right? Hold on, just for the fun of it. Leo, you're not going to like this. MSTY. You ready, Leo? Here you go, Misty. Misty is a brand new company, Leo. The very first dividend was in April 4th, 2024. Leo, 2024, the first dividend. Okay, that means this company's only 2 years old. All right? Check this out. You ready? Leo, the very first dividend, $20. The first dividend, $20. The second dividend, $12. That should be a warning right there. The first dividend, $20. The second one is $12. What is that, like a 40% drop? 40% drop. Okay, then went to 15, 11, 9, 9, 27, 21, 22, 15, 11, 10, 6. Have you been looking at the numbers, Leo? Hold on, it gets worse. 6, 590, 540, 5, 3, 1, 96 cents, 84 cents, 81 cents, 74, 67, 58, 38, 40, 37, 37, 30, 29. Now we're at 38. It went from $20 dividend to 38 cents. Leo, did you even look at the numbers? It was at $20, the first dividend, $20. Now you're at 38 cents. Leo, explain to me why the hell you would put your money into that. That's all I'm saying. Davis House, 17 times out of too many. You got it. Is that website free? Leo, this here is free. This is Yahoo Finance. Sorry. It's Yahoo Finance. That's free. Utilico. Yep. Yahoo Finance. Nice info. Can you go over? Yeah, I did, Leo. Okay. Yeah. Misty. No, thank you. Gen CIA. Okay. You're the best. Thank you. I think you have a great concept going on here. Thank you. Unserious Nick. You do realize, Nick, that's not a flattering name. Unserious Nick. Stephen Peterson. Hey, James, do you ever extend your account into buying on margin? I do, but I don't suggest you do it. Okay? If you're just starting out, do not do margin until you understand the risks involved with it. You're borrowing someone else's money to trade with. And if you're not good at what you're doing, you could lose a lot. Okay? And I do use margin, but I only use a small amount of it. Okay? Leo, we already did that one. Barbecue! What's your thoughts on HDIV.to? That's going to be a no because that's not even a U.S. stock. Look up LMO. LMO is Altria. We looked at it already. Hello, James. Yep, we already did that one. We already did that one. We already did XLF. We already looked at that one. We already looked at that one. Yep. ABCT. Leo will have to look at it tomorrow. What chart are you looking at? We'll look at it tomorrow. Next one. HDIV. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thoughts. We'll look at it tomorrow. Okay. All right. What's tomorrow? Wait a minute. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I don't do Friday nights. Sorry. I don't do Friday nights. I don't do Saturday nights. So I'm not going to see you guys for another 2 days. AMD, hell yeah. Walmart, hell yeah. Lowe's, definitely. Amen. Nice set, dude. MSTY, no. ABTC, never heard of it. What company is that? I don't know. Or move to Puerto Rico, no taxes on stocks or crypto there. Yeah, that would be fun. But my family lives here. It's going to find a problem with that one. Thank you for reviewing that. We'll take a look at ABTC next time. Steve Patterson, love 3M. I do. Lewis, why is your strategy? Wait a minute. Why, in your strategy, you don't by default set a cash secured put? Okay, so Lewis, you weren't here when I said this strategy was specifically designed for my 9-year-old daughter. 9 years old. It had to be simple, safe, and predictable. Cash secured puts are not simple. What do we have down here? Is there a potential to make $3,000 a month following this strategy, starting with $15,000 investment? Okay, Lena. Okay, I started with $12,500 30 years ago. See, I have no information on who you are, how old you are, where you're going, what's this, what's that. Duke Energy's going to be a no. Coney, hell no. Leo, don't you look at the numbers when you buy something? Seriously, it's free. Okay? Yahoo Finance is free. Go take a look at Coney. Go take a look at the ones that you like, and then come back. Okay? What is the dividends looking like? Are they increasing in profits or are they not? Then, when you're doing that, go take a look at where it is we're looking for. Not just a summary. Hold on. You want to take a look at right here. You ready, Leo? Statistics. The statistics are going to give you the valuation of the company, not just the book value, but the rate of income directly related to the shares they have outstanding. Sent you a DM for a phone call. Woohoo! Yay! Way to go, Tuco. Why is Ford so flat? I feel like this is a bad joke coming. Luis. Okay, yeah, I don't do, yeah. Okay, what do we have down here? Mike. Possible, but most of these are 5% trades, but guaranteed. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, because in the stock market, nothing is guaranteed except for death, taxes, and disappointment. Thank you, Mike. K-View, we already looked at. Thank you. Mr. Strong Vision, can you just explain to me again how on covered calls, whether you go and up or down of the current price and still make 1%, and also the Riley call from 5% to 3% safer? Well, here's the thing. With the Riley one I just showed you, okay, the first one I showed you was a 5% trade, but the stock had to go up. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So I picked the lower strike. I believe it was 7 as opposed to the 750. 7, it's easier to hit 7 because the stock's already over 7. It's just going to stay where it is or go higher. Okay, the 5% trade, the stock had to move up just a little bit. Okay, fine, it's 5%. But what are you focused on? Are you focused on safety or are you focused on profitability? Because you have to have a balance somewhere. Okay? Me, I like safety. Holy fuck nuggets. Hey, Dave. Thoughts on HDIV? Didn't we take a look at HDIV and already say no to that one? HDIV. Okay? Okay. Holy fuck nuggets. No options. No thank you. So HDIV is a big fat no. All right, what do we got? Lena, okay. Mike, thank you. Thanks for sharing. I'm new to stocks. Can you teach me? Sure. Show up every night, except for Friday nights and Saturday nights. I do take 2 days off, if that's okay with you. Can you teach me how to play? Yes, I can. Can you do covered calls in this crappy market? Hell yeah. I've been doing it for the last 30. Well, no. Back up. I've been doing covered calls for the last 15 years. I've been trading for 30, but covered calls for the last 15. Slater guy, how you doing? Didn't even know you were gone. Okay, so that being said, you guys all have a great day. We'll do this all over again Sunday night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I take Friday nights off and Saturday nights off. You guys have a great day. Okay? Good. Ooh, this is my closing. This is my new closing and a new opening. Here we go, right? Here we go. Enjoy. Here it comes. Uh-oh, that's definitely not loud enough. Dive into the deep, fixing the world while the restless. Yeah! All right, have a great night. See you guys later.